Okay. So, uh, today, first we'll be discussing about Ekashloki Ramayan. Sorry, not Ekashloki Bhagavatam, Ekashloki Ramayan. And whenever I used to earlier recite this Ekashloki Ramayan, so it used to be something that is not from Bhagavatam. But this time, when I was like figuring out what is this, if we have any Ekashloki Ramayan from Bhagavatam, I got one shloka directly from Bhagavatam, and we will recite that shloka. So actually, Valmiki he wrote Ramayana with 24,000 shlokas. So the like definitely the best way to study Ramayana is to read the Valmiki Ramayana as it is, or we do have Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj's condensed version of Ramayana, which is a very very delicious form of Ramayana, and yeah, we are trying to read that Ramayana so that at least we'll have a summary by the end of, I mean, by the beginning of Ram Navami, and then by the mercy of Lord Ram, in here I do have the whole set of Valmiki Ramayana. So hopefully I'll pray that someday I'll someday soon I'll get an opportunity to start reading the whole set, like all the sets of Valmiki Ramayana too. So we will start with this uh, shloka. गुरुवर्ते त्यक्तराज्यो व्यचरत् अनुमं पद्मपद्भं प्रियः पाणि पाणिस्पर्शाक्षं माभ्यायम् पाणिस्पर्शाक्षं माभ्यां मृजितपतरुजयो हरीन्द्रानुजाभ्यां वैरूप्यात् शूर्पणखाः प्रियविरहरुषारोपितभ्रूविजृम्भा तृष्टाद्भिर् तृष्टाब्धिर्भद्रसेतु कलधवदन दहनः कौशलेन्द्रो वतान्नः. Can anybody read the translation? Any of you can read?
To keep the promise
of his father intact. Lord Ramachandra immediately gave up the position of king and accompanied by his wife, Mother Sita, wandered from one forest to another on his lotus feet, which was so delicate that they were unable to bear even the touch of Sita's palm. The Lord was also accompanied by Hanuman, or by another Maliki Sudhira, king of the monkeys, and by his own younger brother, Lord Lakshmana. Both of whom gave relief from the fatigue of wandering in the forest. Having cut off the nose and ears of Shripanaka, thus disfiguring her, the Lord was separated from Mother Sita. He therefore became angry, moving his eyebrows and thus frightening the ocean. He then allowed the Lord to construct a bridge to cross the ocean. Subsequently, the Lord entered the kingdom of Ravana to kill him, like a fire devouring the forest. May the same Lord Ramachandra give us all.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. So, uh, like, uh, uh, it Ramayana all begins with basically um, Balakanda, wherein the childhood pastimes of Lord begins, and then it slowly starts with the Ayodhya Kanda, that is wherein it becomes wherein the pastimes are mentioned as of how uh, like they wanted to make Ram as the king, and preparations was going on, like huge preparations was going on by Dashrath and everybody else in the whole Ayodhya were wanting to welcome like Lord Ram, and then slowly it turned to the subsequent exile pastime where Kaikeyi demands like Dashrath that Ram has to be sent to be exiled, and soon it starts with Aranyakand. So here we see in the Aranyakand we see that to keep the promise of the father intact, Lord Ramachandra immediately he gave up the position of a king, and accompanied by his wife, because she also like she was very adamant that no, I want to just accompany my husband, and also like Lakshman who wanted to protect and who wanted to always walk one step ahead, and then remove all pebbles and all the difficulties, take all the difficulties to himself. Then they wandered from one forest to another forest on their lotus feet. And Ram's lotus feet here, if you read the translation, it is mentioned that it is so delicate that it was unable to bear even the touch of Sita's palms. So we can imagine how could it even bear the harsh uh, pebbles and stones of the way of the forest. And then the Lord was accompanied by Hanuman and other kings, other monkey kings, and by his own younger brother Lakshmana, who gave him relief from the fatigue of wandering in the forest. And having cut off the nose and ears of Shurpanaka and disfiguring her, the Lord was separated from Mother Sita. This we all know this famous story where Shurpanaka comes, and then she demands that she wants to be with Ram, and then Ram Ram, Lakshman, both of them, they won't agree to be with her, and then finally they cut off the Shurpanaka's not nose and ears. And then he Lord demands the ocean, like soon after Lord demands the like soon after Ravana will kidnap Sita, and then with the golden deer pastime happens, Ravana will kidnap Sita, and soon after what will happen is they will try to um, figure out where Sita is, and finally Hanuman will figure out Sita is in the Sita Vatika, in the Lanka, and then they will come. He'll come back, and then soon they will. Sita will give 1 month warning that within 1 month, if Ram comes, otherwise I will just burn myself in the fire. And then what will Lord Ram do? He will go to the ocean and. Like he'll pray initially, but the mother ocean, she will not reciprocate. So then he'll become very angry with the ocean, and then ocean the all the living entities in the ocean, they will become heated up because of the anger of Lord Ram. And then finally Mother Ocean will come, and she will allow the Lord to construct a bridge, and they'll cross the bridge, and then he'll kill the Ravan, and finally he'll give all Mother Sita and all of us the protection. Ramachandra, Sita Ramachandra, Sita Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai. So we see here that the various kandas, that is kandas are nothing but the um, parts, basically parts of the Ramayana. So there are 7 parts. So one is like the Bala Kanda, then Ayodhya Kanda, then Aranya Kanda, that is in the forest and kidnapping of Sita. Then there is Kishkinda Kanda, that is meeting with Hanuman and Sugriva, the monkey kings. And then there is Yuddha Kanda, that is then there is war between Ram and Ravan. And finally there is Uttarakanda, that is the chapter which is the concluding chapters of Lord Ram. He is becoming the king, and final chapter, final pastimes of Ram and Sita going back to their abode. So in this way we see Ramayana is like in a gist. It is we all know this story. So today, in today's session, what we will be discussing is we will be discussing what are the characters of Ramayana and what we can learn from those characters. It will be like a very interesting learning. Each one of us will have our own learning, and then we will discuss couple of stories, interesting and very unknown stories, like not so heard stories, and we'll dive deep into the stories and gain learning from them. And finally we'll see like what Ramayana actually like how Ramayana actually helps us to advance in bhakti. So to start with, so Lord Rama. So the speciality of Ramayana is that, like how I said, every character has importance, and every name of the character has a secret. So we will try to dive deep into few of these characters and few of the secrets that we can unveil today. Ramayan's main character is like Lord Ram. We all know. What does Rama mean? Rama mean blissful. When we chant Hare Krishna and Hare Rama also, Rama means very very blissful. The meaning the name of Rama itself means. But it also sees that when we take the name of Ram, we will get a smile on the face. That is, we'll get a sense of happiness, we will feel good. Even in our life, we see that there are so many people, just by remembering whom we feel so good. like we will have at least one such person in our life, just by remembering them, just by taking their name, or remembering our moments with that we spent with them. We feel very happy. So we can all just take a moment and remember one such one person in our life, or many such people in our life, at least one such people in our life, and we can remember the best pastime with them, and we can just offer a gratitude to them. So we can just take 30 seconds and we can do this like small exercise. So for me, it is like one of the senior Matajis in Bangalore, the Vatsala Mataji, and with her, the time that I have, I can never forget that time. So it's very dear to me. And the moment I think of her, anytime I think of her, anytime somebody takes her name, I just a smile comes to my face, and I'm very happy, very pleased, more than happy. I'm very pleased, and my heart becomes like satisfied, because I'm very grateful that I met Mataji. So like this, we see that every one of us, we like, for some of us it will be our parents who are like who have given us so much. For some of us it will be one of our friends. So like this, we see in our lives also, we experience Ram. When we experience some good people, we experience Ram. So in this way, Ram is not that away from us. He's just right with us. Just that we have to figure out that what is that characteristic of Ram that is there in the people, at least who are very dear to us, whom just by remembering it gives us so much happiness. And in Ramayana there is another character also, that is Ravan. What is the meaning of Ravan? Ravan means the one who makes us cry. That is, there are some other people who in our lives, just when they come in front of us, we'll start crying. That is, we'll start feeling bad, we don't have good emotions. And for some it is like boss, for some it is sibling, for some other it is wife or husband. And like this, we have our own Ravans in our life also. No, I don't want you all to remember Ravan, but yeah. And then there is Dashrath. What is the meaning of Dashrath? The actual meaning of Dashrath is that um, um, Ratha means chariot, and Dasha actually 10 directions basically. Dashrath had a boon that he could literally take his chariot in all the 10 directions. This is the general meaning. There is another meaning also. That meaning is that Dashrath is the one like the one whose 10 senses are under control. Even that person can be called as Dashrath. So we see our Dashrath Maharaj, he could like move the chariot in all 10 directions, but at the same time, his all his 10 senses were under his perfect control. And where does Dashrath live? He lives in Ayodhya. So where does Ayodhya word comes from? It comes from the word Yuddha. Yuddha means fight, and Ayodhya means where there is no conflict, where there is no fight. So a person whose 10 senses are under his control and whose mind is stable, such like this Ayodhya represents our mind. So in such a person in whom like all these like 10 senses are controlled and mind is stable, so in such a person's life, Lord Ram's divine appearance will take place. So this is like another internal way to understand Ramayana. And Ravan was also another name. His another name is Dashanana. Dashanana means, like, the literal meaning is he has 10 um, heads, right? But also Dashanana has another meaning, that is the one whose 10 senses are not under his control. So the Dashratha means the one whose 10 senses are under control. Dashanana means the one whose 10 senses are not under control. So in this way we see that. And where does Dashanana lives? He lives in Lanka. It is said that in Lanka is a place where people don't sleep at night. So now you see, in Bangalore or in so many other places, we see people don't sleep at night. So you get my point. So what does Lanka I mean? What Lanka? How Lanka is not so far from us? It's so near to us. And so the person who seems to be like whose senses are not in control, the first thing that happens to him is he loses his sleep. So if we look at everybody's life, like our own life, so we see, if we are not having sleep in the night, so we see like whom do we represent the most. So definitely including me. So in Ramayan, there is also another character. So like this, we see that every character in Ramayan, every place, every name in Ramayan, it is not very far away from us. It is right, like how Lanka and Bangalore are not so like different. So like this, we see that everything is so close to us. Another character is Vali. So Vali, he's the most powerful Vanar actually, and the boon that Vali had received is that whenever an enemy comes in front of him, Vali would get half of his power. So, like, just you don't even have to fight with him. Actually, you as soon as you get a like come in front of him, you come in front of him, half your power is drained, and he becomes doubly powerful. So there is Vali in our life too. Who is that? The Vali is temptations. How is that? Like what are these temptations? Like, let's say somebody has diabetes, and you bring a gulab jamun in front of him. So what will happen? Automatically, his power of saying no will reduce, and that gulab jamun will become doubly powerful. So in this way we see that that is actually the Vali. In our life too, we have so many temptations. It might not be gulab jamun, it might be so many other temptations which we know is not good for us, but as soon as it is put in front of us, we just lose in front of that temptation. That temptation becomes doubly powerful, that desire becomes doubly powerful, and we become we become so like more lesser than half, that we will not be able to say no to that temptation. In this way we see every character has a connection in our life too. So now we'll take a story from Ramayana. So this is a story which everybody knows, but the learning that I had from this story is so important, that just because of this one learning, we can save us from so many mishappenings in our life, that is caused because of us, not because of the thing that is happening from the outer world, like the war that is happening around and things like that, nature calamities. No, some things that are in our control, but which usually we lose out of control, and we will harm our relationships. So we can revive that just by this one learning that we'll have today. So you can all carefully hear the story. The story you might be knowing, but the when you hear carefully, you will get to know the learning behind the story. So what happens? So this story is like a very beautiful story of Ramayana, where Ram, Lakshman, Sita were in Vanvas, and then one day golden deer came in their lives. And when the golden deer came, so Sita felt that I need Krishna. Sita felt that I need this golden deer. So Sita requested Ram to bring that golden deer. So Ram ordered Lakshman that you take care of Sita. I'll go and get the golden deer. Now this golden deer, what does Valmiki call in Ramayana? Does anybody know? Valmiki actually he says that this golden deer is called as Abhiram. What does Abhiram mean? That which is not Rama. So as soon as this golden deer comes into our life, Lord Ram goes away from our life. So Sita said, I want golden deer, and Ram went away. So like this, when something that desire which comes in our life, which takes the Lord away from us, that is the golden deer basically. So Sita said, now what happened? The Ram went behind the deer, and Ram got to know that, definitely his lord. He got to know that it's not a deer. Deer. Finally, it is a rakshasa, and it's a. Anybody knows which rakshasa it is?
Marich.
Yes, it was Marichi. So he just just one arrow, with one arrow he will just shoot Marichi, and then but the surprising part is when Marichi is dying because of that arrow, the hit of the arrow, he's screaming. He's screaming very loudly in the voice of Ram. What is he screaming? He's screaming that he's taking the name of Sita. He's taking the name of Lakshman, and in this way, Sita heard the Ram's voice. Sita thought that Lord Ram is she thought her husband is Ram is in difficulty. She told Lakshman, just go and like help Ram. Lakshman, he began to laugh. He because see, when Jivatma or soul, when we get into trouble, we call out for Lord. Oh Govinda, oh Krishna, please help me. Please, I'm in this difficulty, like that. We shout, right? But in here, one tip is that so whenever we yawn or whenever we sneeze, so at that time, like we say excuse me, or when we get hurt, we shout amma, or something else. So we should more and more consciously try to take the name of Lord, actually. And sometimes when we get hurt to the elbow, or anything, something that happens suddenly, so instead of taking the names of other things, we should try to take the name of Krishna, Rama, or whatever the name that is dear to us, Govinda, like that. And we also see that uh, like um, um, let's say now we're taking like Amma or something like that. We should slowly make it like Amma Krishna, like that. We should, though we don't know that, like right now we are at a stage where we are calling Amma or Mama, something like that. But we have to add Krishna, Govinda, something to it, and slowly we have to remove that, the other part which is there, and then we have to take the names of Krishna, Rama, more and more. So okay, now the coming back to the story. Um, so when we are in difficulty, we call the name of like the Lord. Did I mean, does it happen anytime that Lord is in difficulty and he calls out for Jivatma? Never. So Lakshmana knows that it's impossible that Ram called me. So Lakshmana is basically he's a guru. So guru has the knowledge. So he started laughing. So Sita, she started thinking that Ram is in trouble, and why is this Lakshman laughing? So Sita Mata got very angry. See, that is the difference between Lakshman. What's the difference between Lakshman and Sita Mata? Sita Mata was concerned that Ram is in difficulty. She was very worried because she heard the voice. So a mother, like a woman, has so much emotions that she forgets everything. She becomes impractical. We all also know that. We also sometimes become impractical. We stop being practical. So but Lakshman, he was fully confident that nothing can happen to Ram. So two people are seeing the same thing, but from two different perspectives. So when Sita asked Lakshman to save Ram, Lakshman told Lakshman told that Ram has asked me to be here, so I'm not going anywhere. But Sita got very angry now. So in anger, Sita told something that hurt Lakshman very deeply. So so the story that I'm telling is the 13th. It's from the 13th year of Vanavas. So 13 years Lakshman has served Ram. He's left his wife, so many wealth, Ayodhya, so many things he left. He didn't sleep all night. So this giving up sleep is very different. He didn't sleep all night so that he could protect Ram and Sita, and he could serve Ram and Sita. So when I say he didn't sleep even a single night in the whole 13 years, it is not that he was not sleeping in the night and just like us, he was like sleeping all the day. No, it is not like that. He didn't sleep all the day and night. After 13 years, Sita is telling, after all these things, they were like, after taking all these difficulties for Ram and Sita is telling Lakshman that I know why, like, you're not going to save Ram. You were very well waiting for Ram to go away so that you can enjoy me. Now you see, after 13 years, like when Sita is putting such a doubt of on character of Lakshman and blaming Lakshman, how Lakshman would be deeply hurt. And Lakshman, he didn't fight back. He didn't he didn't show his anger. He said, "Now because you're like doubting on my character, I will have to go to Ram. I cannot do anything." So he warned. He put a Lakshman Rekha. He warned, and then he went to Ram. And then same when Lakshman went to Ram, now Ram is very angry again. Ram is saying that, why are you here, you see in this picture also, here, like, he has given his 13 lives for mother Sita. She's also questioning him. And here, like, Ram is also questioning, why are you here? Like, I asked you to protect Sita, I just told you just one thing, and you're not able to do that thing also. He asked. And then, they both go to the place where Sita was there, and Sita was not there. Now Ram started scolding Lakshman, and then he said that you're not fit for even one simple job. So, like, you can imagine, he gave his whole life for two people for 13 years, and one is doubting your character, and other one is your doubting your competence, that is your ability to do things. So if anybody else would be in the Lakshman's place, what they would do, they would say like, you both, I have given you my life, but you are not even instead of being thankful to me, just blaming me. So let me go back to Ayodhya. So we would all do that. But uh, Lakshman in Ramayan, but Lakshman in Ramayan, we see he's in general, even though in general he's an angry young man. So there are so many stories of Lakshman where Lakshman, he has anger at the corner of his nose, and he just it is said that Lakshman has only two emotions. See, that is either he loves the most, or he gets angry and kills the most. So in this way, he has only two emotions. But we see in this case, Lakshman, he doesn't show his anger. So even though he's an angry young man, he like in such an occasion, how didn't he get angry? So if we understand this one thing that I'm sharing to you, so we can solve many problems in our life. So because sometimes what happens is 30-year relation, it can end in 30 seconds. So this would have happened in so like all our life, that would have lost so many relations because of that one moment of anger, that few words we spoke in 30 seconds. And like because uh, in that 30 seconds, whatever happened, we say some words and that ends our relationship at once. So what did Lakshman do in this situation? That basically very important to know for us, we will see. When Sita told that Lakshman Sita told such a harsh thing that she doubted his character, Lakshman, he hit a pause button. Like when we're watching a movie, or when we are watching a YouTube lecture for devotees like all of us. So sometimes, let's say we get a phone from other devotees, so we hit a pause button, right? So similarly, Lakshman also, he hit a pause button. So and then we may say that, oh, okay, Lakshman hit a pause button, and then he started questioning to himself. So what's this Sita Mata is saying? Does she really mean it? Does she, does did that words come from her heart? From Lakshman's heart came an answer saying no. Sita is actually concerned for Ram, and she's so emotional, so worried that words are coming in the form of worry is coming in the form of those words. So we cannot relate. At least in my life, it has happened so many times. There was nothing like big to be angry, but I have said something that I didn't mean. And in the other side also, my near and dear ones, they have told some harsh words to me, but they didn't mean it. But I, at the blink of that time, they also got angry. I also got angry, and there was some fight that was happening. And I'm pretty sure this has happened in all of our lives. So here, from Lakshman's mind heart, so came the voice that no, Sita didn't really mean it. When Ram also scolded again, Lakshman he hit that pause button, and he has the same question. Definitely Ram louder him so much that again he thought that Ram really didn't mean it. So when we are in that situation, for us, like if I ask you hit pause button, like if I ask you, Vanchika Mataji, hit a pause button, so Vanchika Mataji will tell me that you are asking me to hit a pause button, I don't even know where my remote control is. So over all of us, that is the situation. Actually, we don't even know where the remote is. First of all, when such situation happens, we don't even have a moment to think about where the remote is, what to say about where the pause button is. So, but if you see, in literal terms, Lakshman, he was such an angry young man, and he could hit the pause button in such a scenario. So one thought that came to Lakshman, because of which he could press, why he could press pause button, was that one thought of gratitude. So uh, Sita, so she gave 25 years of motherly love to Lakshman. So Lakshman thought that 25 years she gave me so much of love. Now she's doing this mistake. So similarly in our lives also, we have people around us who are giving us so much love, and then they in a blink of the anger they say something, and then we also say something like something back, and then in the heat of the moment, the words that come from us will be so harsh that the relationship ends there only, or we are giving so much more harm to them, to our near and dear ones, than the amount of harm they are giving back to us, that they were given to us in the first place. So similarly here, Lakshman is thinking that, should I forget that 25 years of love, the motherly love that she has given, just because of this one small mistake that she's giving, that too because of the concern that she has for Ram, and she's not even actually speaking those words from the heart. So similarly, even when it comes to Ram, same thought, like 40 years he gave so much of brotherly love, he gave so much of fatherly love to me, and just this one mistake, like he's just blaming me because he's loving Sita so much, and I have not protected Sita. So the anger on Ram's part is also correct. So similarly, the one who cares for us, the one who loves us a lot, they will only argue with us, they will only fight with us. If you see a person who is a stranger is going in the road, he will never fight with us. So when some such thing happens, so it's not a sudden thing that will happen to us, but slowly we have to hit a pause button, and we have to find the remote, hit a pause button, and ask that these questions. Like, first thing is, we should try to figure out what is that person has done for us, because of which we should not fight back. And second thing is, we should see if that person has said something bad to us, we should see, or treated something badly with us, so we should see if that person actually meant it, because that person is so good to us all the time, and in the blink of the time moment, that person would have told bad to me. I know this is not very easy for us, but slowly we have to practice. And one thing that helped me is whenever, day in day out, whenever I'm with the person, so I make sure that I write something good about them. uh, Especially like, let's say now I have a heated argument with somebody, so I ensure that that day I write something good about them. And next time, when something like that happens again, so because I have written, at least one thought will come in my mind. And this is not a like one time solution, but slowly by writing more and more good about them, and by thinking good about them, and by appreciating them, we see, you try this yourself, it'll happen. Automatically that quality comes in us, that without our own knowledge, we'll hit a pause button, and then we'll start thinking all these things which even Lakshman thought. And why should you do this? Not because the other person, as actually he or she might be right or wrong, not we are not we are not here for that. Because when we hold that anger in our hand, it will burn us. But when we come peace with that situation, in peace with that situation, and not revert back, because we see, in the blink of the moment, when we hurt others more than the other person, it is we who will be hurt, because of the bad qualities that we have, the anarthas that we have. We all would have experienced that. When we hurt our near and dear ones, even though they were wrong, when we hurt them back, it's we who feel that pain a lot. And when we are in that pain, when we go through this emotional turmoil, we cannot focus on our devotion that well. But when we like go through this thought process, think good, and then when we hit a pause button, slowly, gradually, then automatically our heart becomes light, and we can stop all these emotional turmoil, and we can do devotion in that peaceful environment. We can chant peacefully, hear peacefully, read peacefully, and slowly we see in this peaceful environment, when we start doing bhakti, automatic advancement happens. And so we don't have to like go through all these unnecessary arguments, and we can take out that time and peacefully do bhakti. So like this, we have so many stories in Ramayana. Every story has a deeper meaning, and every story has a deeper connections, via which we can learn so many things in our life. So um I'll just share a couple of more stories which are like not so famous, and then we will begin learning from them. Short, small stories, and then we will wrap up the session for today. So uh, like uh, there are three types of people. One is Ayodhyavasi, that is the sanskaris, the perfect culture. They're always grateful, they're selfless. And then there is Lankavasis, that is they're Vikriti, they're degraded, and they're always selfish, and they're what is the like Sanskriti, and here it is, yeah, Vikriti, and they're forgetting the help they have received, and they are always in chaos. They're always in conflicts. This is Ayodhya. One is opposite is Lanka, and then there is a place called Kishkinda. It's a middle ground. It's called Prakriti. So Sanskriti, Vikriti, and Prakriti. So in this Prakriti, there is a fluctuation actually between good and bad. Like okay, now there are three types of monkeys basically. Hanuman, he's even though he's in Hanuman is in Kishkinda, he has a heart of Ayodhya. He has a perfect culture. He's like perfect sanskari. And then there are other monkeys like Vali. Vali, even though he's living in Kishkinda, like he's living in Lanka because he has a like his head and heart works like Ravana. So one day, Ravana, he realized the power of Vali, and like Vali, if you see, like how I had described, as soon as somebody comes in front of Vali, he gets double the power. He gets like half of their power. So Vali is somebody who could, like, nobody could defeat Vali. So Ramat had heard so much glories of Vali. So he thought that if I leave this Vali now, he will trouble Lanka. He will someday come and trouble in Lanka, and then he will rule over Lanka. And then so he thought that I should go and go in hiding and kill Vali, because if I go in front, then half of my power will go to him. So he thought that he studied Wali's timetable, and he thought that let me like go behind and like kill Wali. He thought that he when he studied the timetable, he realized that three times Wali is doing Gayatri. So Gayatri is basically a prayers. So he doesn't do normal prayers. He puts like he puts pradakshina around the seas, four seas, that is basically samudras, oceans or seas, and then he faces towards the sea, and then he will offer oblations, and then he'll start his Gayatri. So at that time, let me go behind behind from him, and then let me just take his tail and just throw in the air and revolve around and hit him on the rock, and then just kill him. He will plan like this. So again, as per his plan, then he will go, and then he will hold the tail from his back, and to his surprise, the tail, like like how a snake automatically the snake like wraps the hand like that. The snake wraps like that, the tail of Vali from behind, it is wrapping the hands of Ravana, the Lankeshwar Ravana, and then it is wrapping his whole body, because like what is Vali doing? He's doing his prayers. He doesn't want to be interrupted, so he's doing his prayers, and parallelly he's doing all these things. He just wrapped the Ravana in his tail, and then after his what like when he's doing his prayers, like how I said, he's jumping from one place to another, and circumambulating that sea. So he's jumping one place, another place, and all this time what is happening, you can imagine, he's jumping and he's in the air, and Ravana is in his tail and flying and going here there, and just floating in the air. You can imagine Lankeshwar Ravan, who has like so much power. He just got defeated in front of Vali. And what happens is, Vali finally he finishes his Gayatri, and then he puts him down. At that time, Vali asks him, "What do you want?" Now Ravan is so intelligent. He's so crooked minded that he says, initially he says like, leave me, and then he asks, like when he asks, what do you want? So he says that. Um, I have come here, oh Vali, oh my dear friend Vali, to make friendship with you. So he will realize in his mind that I cannot defeat this person now, so I have to make friendship with him. So finally he will glorify Vali, and like how Vali is a person, like how I said, he's just like Ravana. So when he heard his glories, he just forgot everything, and then he also extended a hand of friendship to Ravana. So they will light a fire in between them, and then they'll take seven feras, seven circles, and then Ravana both of them, they take oath. What oath they take? They take that whatever is yours, it is mine, and whatever is mine, that is yours. Everything, like my raja, the wealth, my wife, everything. So we see like Ravana and Vali mentality. They're ready to share anything, so that they get glorified. They become more and more famous, and then then they can like enjoy more and more. So this is the degraded mentality of Lanka actually. And when this is happening, another side, now what happened is, yes, he extended his friendship and he went back to the Lanka. Now in Lanka, what happened, same thing, the first, so many people are coming to Ravana and they're giving trouble to Ravana. So Ravana gets so frustrated during the Yuddha. Once Ravana gets so frustrated, so he goes to Bali Maharaj actually. Bali Maharaj, for those who like you don't know, he's a demon. He's a demon on the side of on the he's basically on the side of demons when Samudra Manthan happens. But by heart, he's a devotee actually. You all would be knowing Hiranyakashipu's grandson, that is Hiranyakashipu's son Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj's grandson is this Bali Maharaj. So this Bali Maharaj, so he went to, because Bali Maharaj had so much power. Lord, when Vaman Dev had given darshan to Bali Maharaj, he had given him so much power in the Patala Loka. He was stated in Patala Loka and he had extreme power. And Ravana knew this. So Ravana went to Patala Loka and he told, I need your help. Oh, like Bali Maharaj started asking, you are the Lankeshwar Ravan. What help you want? And then Ravan started sharing his story. So he said that three monkeys are troubling me a lot. So the first monkey, that is Hanuman. The Hanuman came, like he is saying that the first monkey came to Lanka and it burnt Lanka. We all know, like it is Hanuman. And the second monkey, and when Ravan is saying that I was seeing myself in the mirror. So when Ravan was seeing himself in the mirror and he was glorifying himself and he was seeing how beautiful he is, at that time his head was becoming wet. And he sees that it is this monkey Sugriva. He's spitting on Ravana. He's saying, you just learn now. You just leave, you just hand over Sita back like that. And finally, somehow, Sugriva also will escape and he'll come back. And the third monkey is somebody who is very, very special. So that monkey, so he's monkey, when he comes to Ravana's place, so he's very, very ghastly. He's tearing the roof of the Ravana, and he entered. And then he's this monkey is giving an intro. He's telling that I am Angad, I am Vali Putra. So when Ravana heard this name of Vali, so he his body completely shook. Why? Because he remembers that incident where Ravana was in the air and he was flying around, and he was he had got beatings from Vali earlier also. So he just shook. And then because until then only one person could hit Ravana. That was one person who could defeat Ravana. That was Vali. So this Angad, he said that I am Ramaduta. I have come here to warn you. Just return Sita. So now, before he goes into the argument, now Ravan asks Angad that how is Vali, my dear friend, like that. So Angad says that Vali is dead. Now Ravana is like shivering because Ravana couldn't believe, because you see. And then this Angad, he explains that graphically. He explains that just by one arrow, Ram killed Vali. You see how much powerful was Vali. If somebody would come in front of him, he would get half of their power. But yet Ram could kill Vali just by one arrow. So we see in Bollywood, like 3-4 bullet the on the villain, when we put at that time villain gets killed. But here we see Ram. He's such a true hero, like just one arrow and he killed Vali. So he says that Ram, he says that, Angad, he says that you better return Sita, because you see how powerful is he has killed Vali. So you can imagine how much more powerful Vali is. So at that time, this Ravan actually, he becomes to a category. He comes to a category where I will never learn. That category Ravan is. So Again, Ravan doesn't hear that. No, he's not ready to return Sita Maya back. So now Angad, he says that I'll show my strength now. I am just a small servant of Ram. I'm a Ramaduta. You just move this. He'll keep his foot on his ground, and he'll say, "You just move this foot to an inch." So you're so powerful. Just move this, move my this feet to an inch, and then I will agree that you're the most powerful, and I'll leave back. So at that time, Ravan will say, "No, no, I am so powerful. I don't have to touch monkey's feet." So he'll send his son Indrajit. Indrajit will go try hard so much, and then nothing will happen. Ravan will also go, and then he will try both of his hands, and then he'll use both of his hands and then move like Angad's feet. Nothing can happen, and then he will tell that Angad will tell, "I'll make it easy. So you don't have to move the whole feet. I'll just keep one finger toe. So you just move this one finger, and I will agree that you are powerful." And so many people will come to, and all the associates of Ravana will come, and they'll try, and nothing will happen. And then finally Ravan will ask, anyway, he will realize that he's Vali's son, definitely. So he'll ask, "What do you drink?" Like Borvita complain, "What do you drink? What is the secret of your power?" And then Vali says that at that time, Vali say, sorry, not Vali, Angad says that, "I chanted Ram Nam and I held my breath. Because Ram Nam was in me, you couldn't even move one finger." So you can imagine the power of Ram. Like Ram's name is so power. You can imagine the name of Ram, and you can imagine if all of us Vanaras held like we if we hold Ram name with us, so how much more powerful we all together can become. So you better return Sita. But again, Ravan is in the category that, "No, I will never listen to anybody. I will just follow my rules, my life," like that. And finally, Angad, since he's just a Ramaduta, he'll go back. So what is happening now? Back to our original story. Ravan is actually stating all these things. Three monkeys came and they were troubling me. First was Hanuman, then was Sugriva, and then was Angad, and he's explaining all this story to Bali Maharaj. Now, now Bali Maharaj, he's saying that, "Don't you think you should return? All these things happened. Don't you think you should return Sita back to Ram after experiencing all these things?" And then Ravan becomes very angry, and he says that, "I have not come here to take your advice. You want to help me or not?" Now Bali Maharaj, he took Ravan to his backyard, to his garden, and then Ravan sees a golden mountain, and Ravan is behind gold. So he very, very quickly he runs and he tries to lift that golden mountain. But so much of strength he is not able to lift. Now he goes to the terrace, and he now he asks, "What is this mountain?" Ravana. So Bali Maharaj will take him to the terrace. Now when he takes him to the terrace, he sees that from far, like top view, they see that it's a small earring of gold. You can imagine that small earring of gold. It was looking like a big whole mountain, actually golden mountain. And then Ravan will ask, "Who's this? I mean, this big earring, who's it? I mean, whom it belongs to?" Like, I mean, I cannot even imagine this big, can anyone have this big earring? That is kundala, basically. At that time, Bali Maharaj says that Hiranyaksha, basically, when Varahadev and Hiranyaksha were fighting. So at that time, Hiranyaksha, Varahadev gave one straight slap below the ears of Hiranyaksha. Varahadev gave that slap, and so that powerful slap, because of that, just that kundala, it came and it fell here. So you you can imagine how powerful Varahadev is. And now that Hiranyaksha, same Hiranyaksha, you have incarnated now as Ravana. So you can imagine, you cannot even move that small uh, like uh, uh, earring of your your own incarnation. So you can imagine how like low you are in power now, the same you are so less powerful now in this janma. So but you see, Varahadev, he has incarnated now in the form of Lord Ram, and he has the same power as that of Lord Ram. So now he says that you like better give Sita back. That is the best best thing you can do now. You can save to save your life. So this is the only way that I can help you. So Bali Maharaj, being a devotee and knowing the power of Lord, he just advice gave the best advice to Ravan. But Ravan, as we all know, he doesn't want to hear, so he gave up. Now finally what happened, all the vanaras, this picture you can see, it's so beautiful. It just touched my heart. Even though AI has so many bad things, but we see like such wonderful impact it can give on our heart. This like vanaras built the bridge, and they reached the other side. And we all know that Ravana's team was so strong because they were trained, they were powerful, they had so many missiles. But like Ram's team had so many Vanaras. They just had stones, rocks, but they had firm faith in Lord Ram, and they were just throwing boulders against Ravan, Kumbhakaran, and so many others. Now, what happened is when Ram was hitting, Lord Ram was hitting the arrows on Ravana's head, all over, like his head was falling. Whose head? The Ravana's head was falling. He has 10 heads basically, but his heads were regenerating. You can see this image. So Ram is hitting the heads again and again, and his head is falling. And even everybody could see that all over there are Ravana's head. He has, like, his heads are regenerating, so all his 10 heads are there as he is on him. But also all over Ravana's heads are fallen. So at that time, Vibhishana, he reveals that the only way to kill Ravana was via the navel. That is, in his navel there is nectar of immortality, and this basically the Amrita. And when this Amrita gets dried up, at that time he can be killed, and it can be killed only by Brahma Bana. And that time Rama asks, "Where is this Brahma Bana?" So at that time, Vibhishana says, "This Brahma Bana is with Mandodari." Just by hearing that, not even an instruction, Hanuman, he just fled to where Mandodari is, and then he started searching for that Ramabana. But Hanuman also was very intelligent. He didn't go just like that. He went in the form of a astrologer. So he went where Mandodari stays nearby place. He went in the form of an astrologer, and then he was seeing the palms of other like other associates of Mandodari, and he was saying, he saw the palm of one associate, and he said that your husband died just now, you know. And that lady, she got to know that her husband died a few moments ago, and she was in shock. Actually, what happened is Hanuman only killed that asura, so he knew. So like this, he gave what astrological calculations to so many so many people around Mandodari. And Mandodari heard this glory of astrologer, famous astrologer, who was none other than Hanuman. And then Mandodari called to her sabha, and she asked, "Please, can you tell about my husband? How is my husband? Will he be saved?" And then like this Hanuman, he glorified Ravana. He was even all this time when he was giving astrology, at that time he was saying, "Jai Ravan, Jai Ravan," like this. He was actually screaming, and he said that your husband is fully safe, and he will win over in this war, like that. And he glorified Ravan. At that time, Mandodari became very peaceful. And finally, this Hanuman says that thing, you have kept it safe, right? That thing. So this Mandodari will get to know that this person, he's really, he knows so many things. And then she says, "Yes, yes, I have kept it safely." And again, Lakshmana asks, "That thing again, you keep it very safely. I'm telling you, that is the most important thing." Like this 2 to 3 times she repeats, and finally he says that if you don't keep that thing safely, then everything is vanquished. Just ensure that you skip that thing safely. At that time, she sees the pillar nearby her, and she says, "Yes, yes, it's safe. You don't have to worry. We don't have to worry now." Now Hanuman, he just needs clue. He sees, he gets to know that Brahmaban is in that pillar. He just thrashes that pillar. He takes that Brahmaban. He gives it to Ramachandra, and Ramachandra, with just that arrow, he just hits it to the navel of Ravan, and the ghastly demon Ravan, 10-headed Ravan, he's just fallen dead now. Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai. So yeah, I know I'm past time, but I'll just end with the learning. So such a beautiful story it was, that how wonderful, that everybody came together, and they finally Lord Ram could kill Ravan. We see in this way, there are actually so many stories in this way actually in Ramayan, which is so interesting, and which is via which we get to know so many things. Like here actually it was an unknown and funny story, but every story of Ramayan, it is so heart touching. So from the story which we heard just now, what did we understand? So we'll try to figure out. So when Ram was cutting the heads of Ravan one by one, we see one head hits one arrow cuts the head, and different head would come up. So similarly, when we start doing bhakti, we see that so many bad habits we are quitting slowly, like one after other. So we one of us, well, like few of us, we are quitting tea coffee, few of us we are quitting uh, like uh, sense gratificatory things, and watching movies, and so many things. Basically we know, we get to know that it's a bad desire, and it is increasing our tamasic nature more and more, and it is harming us more and more. So when we get to know all these things, basically when we see the sattva rajas tamas part of it, so we slowly slowly make efforts to quit such things. So like how anukulyasya varjanam, anukulyasya sankalpa, pratikulyasya varjanam. That is the second limb of surrender, is giving up that thing which is not favorable for bhakti. So we try to do that. We try to give up bad habit, but we see time and again, one bad habit we give up, another bad habit comes again. One thing we give up, another thing comes. Like we give up something small, something big comes up. Some anger comes, another, like this one or the other anartha. When we try to give up kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, one or the other, they keep coming back. And this is happening with this, like how one head is going off Ramana, another head is coming, like this. So so what is this navel? Navel is basically chitta, that is the samskaras, the impressions that we have actually. So that samskaras, the impressions that we have, because of which all these anarthas comes back and forth again and again, that is not dried up by just merely cutting these bad habits actually. It is it can only be cut up by removing the root of these bad habits. That is, all these, the root of is this samskaras, the anarthas that we have, that can only be cut by it in the scriptures. It is given that it can only be cut by taking the names of the Lord, that is by chanting the holy names of the Lord attentively. I know it seems to be simple. Like we all know that how chanting attentively, it's such a big goal for all of us. But when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, when we see that, when we chant attentively, especially lovingly and attentively, we see slowly that the samskaras start getting uprooted from the root. So if when we see all these anarthas are coming back, we are getting angry again and again. Some other desire is coming back to us. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, all these things are happening. Envy is coming, hatred is coming, all these things are happening back and forth again. That is because of only one thing. That one core thing is, we are not taking the names of the Lord very attentively. So that is the very proof actually. And so many senior devotees, sannyasis, we see that they have conquered over these anarthas. How? Because they're because of so many other things, but one prime thing, that is chanting our holy names attentively. I know it, we would have heard this advice so many times, but actually we all are trying to get out of these anarthas. I mean, no one of us wants to be angry, especially to our near and dear ones. No one, I mean, none of us us wants to be harming ourselves or anybody else. We want to take up devotion and be happy. But all of these anarthas are coming back and forth again and again, because of because of the same thing, that we are not hitting at the root of the samskaras. When we hit at the root of the samskaras and uproot that bad samskaras, we see slowly all the anarthas will vanquish one after another and they will not come back. Definitely it has not happened to me, but definitely we see so many sannyasis, so many senior devotees in our movement who are so pure, who are free from these anarthas. We can take n number of examples, and the core of everything is chanting attentively and lovingly. So we see this Ravana, he's not dead actually. So ideas of Ravana are still live in all our heart. There is little part of Ravana in all our heart. If we may agree or not agree, but it's there. But by cutting the bad habits, that Ravana will not go away. But by uprooting the Ravana right from the root, that the uprooting this bad samskaras right from the root, that Ravana will go away. And what are the three tips? The tips is, one is like chanting Hare Krishna mantra attentively. So from today we can at least start to chant one mantra and hear one mantra attentively, so that we can 1.1% we can reduce the anarthas. So out of the 108 mantras, start with one mantra. Just say to yourself, one mantra I will hear, chant and hear nicely, and slowly make it to one round, at least one round. In the so many rounds that we are chanting, we have to at least make it attentive, so that anartha slowly it will go away. Second thing is, we have to associate more and more. So we have temples, so we can go there. Centers, every Saturday there are sessions happening, so we can go there, associate more and more. We associate with devotees, their purity it will touch us, and then it will impact us. And third thing is, we have to intensely practice devotion. Devotion should not be in the back gear, it should be the top priority. So this is the Ramban. These three are just the Ramban, which will attack our samskara right from the root, and at that time Ravan in our heart will die permanently. So thank you all for bearing me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'll end it here. I'm over some time, but yeah. If you have any questions, so we can discuss. Or if you liked any points, so you can share. And then we'll stop for today.